3 Joplin businesses team up to memorialize the late Joplin Police Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed.
Got some sunshine out there for us for right now, and we're a little bit cooler than we were yesterday, but we got a mild weekend ahead of us. We'll talk about all of that coming up.
And tourists scratch that travel itch in 2022. We check out the top destinations for the year.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Joplin business community joins together to prepare a memorial for 2 officers who lost their lives in the line of duty last March. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, the foundation is laid for a memorial bench in honor of the late Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed. Last March, the 2 Joplin officers died after an exchange of gunfire in the parking lot in front of the Buckle at the North Park Crossing Shopping Center. The gunman was later shot and killed. As part of honoring Corporal Cooper and Officer Reed, plans are underway to place a permanent memorial where temporary balloons, flowers, and mementos have been placed where the officers gave their lives protecting the community. G&H Concrete formed and poured the foundation in mid-December. Mount Hope Cemetery and Quality Memorials are putting the finishing touches on a memorial bench. And there are plans to hold a ceremony when it's placed in the new year. Well, the Keystone Pipeline returns to operation status. The damaged Kansas section went back into service yesterday, a little more than 3 weeks after a spill dumped 14,000 barrels of crude oil into a rural creek. Canada-based TC Energy announced completed repairs, inspections, and testing on its Keystone Pipeline in northeast Kansas to allow a controlled restart of the section from Steel City, Nebraska, near the Kansas line, to Cushing in northern Oklahoma. Well, it's a little chilly outside, but a major improvement from last weekend. Chris Warner joins us with a first look at what you can expect this holiday weekend.
Yeah, it's a lot better than it was a week ago, but not nearly as nice as it was just 24 hours ago, where yesterday we actually managed to break a record high. We'll talk about that in a second. First, here we got the MoDOT camera looking at I-44 and Rangeline. Quite a few cars out there, but the roads are clear. Things are looking good. Skies are clear across the area. No rain in the immediate area. So we were talking about that record yesterday. We hit our record was originally 69 back in 1984, and we reached 71 yesterday. So we set a new record to wrap up the year. We have a record today of 70. Not going to reach that, but the good news is our record low of -9. We're not going to reach that either, so that's good news too. We're a little closer to average, believe it or not. We're going to be a little warmer than this, but not by too much tonight. But we have a milder holiday weekend for us. We've got 43 in Iola, Fort Scott, Nevada, 45 Pittsburgh, 48 Chitopa, Miami checking in at 50. We have 47 in Joplin right now, where, as we showed you on the Joplin Tower Cam at 7th and Rangeline, looking pretty decent so far. Feels like 44 with a slight east-northeast breeze, so nothing significant out there. Not a ton of warming left from where we are, and then we'll start to cool back down through the rest of the evening. Our high today still expected right around 51 degrees, and we'll see clouds continue to increase throughout the afternoon and evening hours. We'll talk about your evening tonight and New Year's Eve here in just a few minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a suspect in the killings of 4 University of Idaho students is arrested in Pennsylvania. Local police will be holding a press conference this afternoon. According to arrest paperwork filed by Pennsylvania State Police, 28-year-old Brian Christopher Koberger is being held for extradition in a criminal homicide investigation based on an active arrest warrant for first-degree murder. That warrant issued by the Moscow Police Department and Latta County Prosecutor's Office in Idaho. We'll have more on this story tonight on the KOAM News at 5. Well, Southwest Airlines says it expects minimal disruptions as we head into the New Year holiday weekend. So far, the company has slashed just under 40 flights today. That's after scrapping more than 13,000 flights since last Thursday. Jarrett Hill has the latest.
Some passengers in Dallas flashed a smile while making their way through the airport, but the misery felt by an estimated 1 million travelers whose flights were canceled or delayed this week was definitely on their minds.
I was really considering canceling. I kept looking and it kept saying my flight was going to be on time, So I said, well, that's great. So I'll go on and take a chance.
Southwest Airlines says it's realigned its crews and fleet and expects to return to normal operations today after scrapping another 2,300 flights on Thursday. The airline also said it will refund all canceled flights and urged, quote, customers to submit refund and reimbursement requests for meals, hotel, and alternate transportation. Experts say that could cost the company tens of millions of dollars.
The U.S. Department of Transportation has your back.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg tweeted a message to Southwest customers promising to hold the airline accountable and encouraging affected travelers to reach out to his department.
I'm assigning U.S. DOT resources to follow through on every complaint that comes in to make sure that you get compensated.
In the meantime, passengers are split.
We're obviously disappointed in Southwest.
I believe in forgiveness.
On whether they'll book another Southwest flight in the future. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Well, Southwest has promised to reimburse affected flyers for canceled flights and some related costs. The Biden administration threatened to penalize the airline if it does not follow through. The world opened up to more travel in 2022, and tourists flocked to some incredible sights around the globe. From the traditional to the novel, the courageous to the downright creepy. There was something for everyone. CBS's Dina Demetrius shows us some of the top travel destinations of the year.
Tourists around the world scratched that travel itch in 2022, from the storied streets of Europe to the shoreline of South America. China's Harbin Ice and Snow Festival kicked off winter fun, while Barcelona cleared the summer air, banning smoking on its beaches. Tourists packed the playa and took in the Spanish city's distinct architecture. Visitors went underground in Naples, Italy, exploring the restored catacombs of San Gennaro. And high above ground in Georgia, crossing a giant glass bridge to a diamond in the sky. For oddities and curiosities, Mexico's Island of the Dolls is covered with thousands of them, and zero electricity or running water. It may even attract paranormal visitors. Camel safaris were the newest eco-friendly way to see wildlife in Kenya's national parks.
The more close to your nature, the more you understand it, the more you like it, and the less that you will not destroy it.
Ecotourism linked up with history in Brazil, with travelers following in the footsteps of evolutionary scientist Charles Darwin. And across the Atlantic in Greenland, travelers caught a glimpse of a glacier before it becomes history.
This was as much a trip we did because there is very much a sense of urgency that we have to see this now before it disappears.
Whether pampered or peculiar, this year's adventures provide more inspiration to get out and see the world in 2023. Dina Demetrius, CBS News.
That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, we take you to a zoo in France that's turning one type of Christmas trash into treasure. And later, we're making cheesy crab poppers in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. As the Christmas season wraps up, some stores with unsold Christmas trees have found them new homes. And some of them homes with furry friends. CBS's Haley Ott reports.
This holiday season, one man's trash is another animal's treasure. Stores in France have come up with a wild way of dealing with unsold seasonal shrubs. They're donating them to the zoo. Zookeepers say that fir trees are fantastic for our furry friends in captivity because they're something natural and new and stimulate their senses. The felines love it, this zoo worker says. It's very enriching for them in terms of smell. Just like in our holiday living rooms, zookeepers put up the donated trees in the animal enclosures. Then they decorate them with ornaments appropriate for each creature. There's meat for the tiger and ample vegetarian options. It's a really welcome change for them because they're not used to seeing fir trees in their enclosure, this zookeeper says. It will arouse their curiosity. After they're done eating, the animals get to play with their donated trees, which have been transformed from would-be garbage into a holiday gift that keeps on giving. Haley Ott, CBS News, London.
What a great way to repurpose them. In addition to tigers, the zoo also set up Christmas trees for panthers, gorillas, and lemurs. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
While Christmas might be behind us, that doesn't mean all the holiday entertaining is over with, and we've got just the thing to help you out.
But first, we're going to take a look at our New Year's Eve forecast and some thunderstorm chances as we head into next week when we come back. Well, we're a little bit cooler than where we were yesterday. Not quite near record-breaking temperatures today, but we're still above average for this time of year, right? That counts for something. Or at least we're somewhat close to average. Still not bad, right? Can't complain. And take a look. It actually doesn't look too bad out there. And it's a lot better than where we were a week ago, where we were, sitting at 3 degrees this same time a week ago. So I think this is not too bad. 7th and range line. Got a few passing clouds out there. We'll see a few more as the evening progresses. Otherwise, ample sunshine, looking pretty good. Same situation from the MoDOT camera at I-44 and range line. Plenty of cars out there, plenty of daylight, and at least it looks warmer than what it feels. Skywatch Storm Tracker, clear on the local level. All the rain and shower activity holding on off to our east, and that is where it is going to remain. And it's just going to be dry. It's going to be all right. We have some changes on the way, though, as we head into next week. We'll get to those. Right now, we're 47. In Joplin, feels like 44 with a light east-northeast breeze at about 6 miles an hour. Across the region, not too shabby. 43 Fort Scott and Iola and Nevada. 45 Lamar and Pittsburgh. 50 in Nevada and Anderson. And 47 in Neosho. Now for today, we're looking at a high of about 51 degrees. So we still got a couple of degrees to get up there. I know it's more than a couple. Don't literally quote me on that. And then we'll see the clouds begin to increase a little bit. We'll start to be mostly cloudy as we head into the evening. So if you're planning an evening out, temperatures are actually a little slower to drop off, but they are going to get chilly. So we go to 40 at 7, 39, 38, 37, 36. And this isn't me being silly. This is just what the data shows. But the other nice thing is take a look at the winds. Like I said, it's just been nice to get this break. The winds are going to remain calm out of the east roughly as we go through the evening hours. And overnight tonight, we're going to head for a low of about 36 degrees. And then as we head towards sunrise, things start to change a bit. Temperatures begin to climb a little bit. We're up to 40 degrees by 6 a.m. So, for your New Year's Eve, if you're celebrating, overnight low tomorrow night of about 47. Otherwise, leading into the celebration, 51 by 6, 49 by 9. It will be 48 degrees under mostly cloudy skies as you ring in the new year. It will be dry, but you might need a light jacket, or if you're like me, you'll need a couple of heavy coats because anything below about 70 degrees is just too cold for me. All right, let's look into the future. We stay cloudy as we head even into the first day of the new year, but we're still mild, but as we head into Monday morning, this is about 8:30, you can see rain chances begin to increase. And one thing we're looking at to kick off the first official week of the new year on Monday is shower and thunderstorm chances. And as the day progresses, by 4:30, we get more widespread shower and thunderstorm chances across the area. A couple of these storms could be a little bit on the strong side. Right now, the main severe threat looks to remain to our southeast on Monday, but we're close enough that we could see a strong storm or two as this system gets going. And as we head into the late evening hours, that'll start to clear on out of here. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast for you. 60 for the high tomorrow, 62 for New Year's Day, 66 on Monday. And after this system, temperatures begin to fall. Now, they look pretty darn cold. I know, down to 42, 37 by Thursday. That looks really cold. Overnight low Wednesday, 24. Looks really cold. It is really cold, but that's actually right about where we're supposed to be for this time of year. So we're getting back to normal for a little bit as we head into next week. But again, with those thunderstorm chances on Monday, we're going to keep an eye on that for you. Make sure if they do get a little out of hand, we'll be right here for you. Otherwise, the weekend for the holiday is looking absolutely amazing. So get out there, enjoy it. If you're going to stay up till midnight, do so. If not, you've got a couple of great days with some mild weather to just kick back, relax, maybe get a couple of little things done here and there.
I love those highs for the weekend. That's amazing.
Yeah, this is not bad. Not bad at all. Considering, again, 1 week ago, that was a totally different picture. We're talking 40 degrees cooler.
Yeah, for sure. All right, thanks, Chris. We take this time to honor today's fourth-state hero, Daniel McBride in the U.S. Navy. The Joplin native joined the military in 1943. He earned the Asiatic Pacific Victory Medal and the European Service Medal. To Daniel McBride, we thank you, our fourth-state hero. Looking to make the perfect party appetizer this weekend? Today, Howard shows us how to make cheesy crab poppers in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
With New Year's right around the corner and all the football get-togethers coming up, we've created a bite-sized appetizer that's a cross between a cheesy cornbread and the best crab cake you've ever tasted. Sounds incredible, huh? Well, it is. To throw this together, all we have to do is combine a box of corn muffin mix with some panko breadcrumbs, a good amount of shredded cheddar cheese, some cream cheese, butter, a beaten egg, milk, sliced scallions, and a few spices. After this is mixed, we stir in some crab meat. You want to do this gently so the chunks of crab don't break up. Now we roll them so they're about the size of a cocktail meatball and fry them until the outside is golden and the center is cooked through. And in case you're wondering if you can make these ahead of time, you can. Simply reheat them on a cookie sheet in the oven. Maybe serve them up with your favorite dipping sauce and let the party begin. To get the recipe for our cheesy crab poppers, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a get the party started way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Howard knows how to get the party started. You can find this recipe with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
All right, 51 for our high today, 60 for New Year's Eve day, down to 47 if you're celebrating, 62 New Year's Day, 66 Monday, watching some thunderstorm chances. A few of those may be on the stronger side. We'll keep an eye on that for you. And then cooling down after that, 53 Tuesday, 42 Wednesday, 37 on Thursday.
All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, we know there are lots of benefits when it comes to kids in sports. Well, now a new study finds the benefits of team sports might go beyond just being physically active and actually be beneficial for children's mental health. We're going to have that story for you in Health Watch. Plus, city officials in Caney, Kansas continue to fix issues with those leaking pipes, low water pressure. And after 127 years, a Joplin downtown staple is closing its doors. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you, Dal. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.